Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're very welcome. My name is Couscous and this is the Get Ahead family. Here, I share useful information on how to migrate abroad through studies or through jobs. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing why you should not do a master's degree in the UK. This video, I know is going to be very sensitive, so I'm going to be putting out some disclaimers out there. First of all, I have a master's degree from the UK. I went to do my master's degree on Chevening scholarship. That is a fully funded British government scholarship. So I'm not making this video because, oh, I don't have a master's or I'm beefing. No, I do have a master's degree, right? So yes, if you want to go for a master's degree, please do. This video is just to clear the air, make some information out there, because a lot of people get to ask me questions related to what I'm going to be sharing. So it is not to discourage you from doing a master's degree, but when you're done watching this video, you will know if a master's degree is right for you, or if the right career move for you is to do a master's degree in the UK. That's what this video is going to be about. Do well to keep watching. If you're ready to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so that whenever I post, you will be the first to be notified. Let's get right into this video. The very first reason you should not do a master's degree in the UK is if you are in a professional career. What do I mean? Master's degree is not a professional career qualification, or master's degree is not a qualification for a professional career path. I'm going to break it down. For instance, you are a lawyer, you are a doctor, you are an accountant. What other professional courses do we have out there? You are an IT specialist. Doing a master's degree is not going to qualify you in the UK. What do I mean? So you are from Nigeria. Let me even use myself. I am a qualified lawyer from Nigeria, right? And I went to do a master's degree in the UK. After my master's degree, if I like, let me have distinction, whatever I have. It does not automatically qualify me to practice law in the UK. Does that mean that I was wasting time doing master's degree? It depends. It depends on your circumstances. It depends on what you really want to use a master's degree for. If you are looking for, if you're looking to go to the UK to start practicing, to work in your field, you are a doctor, you're a lawyer, and you want to move to the UK to start working as a lawyer or as a doctor, doing a master's degree will not do anything for you. This is because whether you have a master's degree or not, as long as you are qualified in a foreign country, let's say Nigeria, you still have to write the qualifying exams for the profession that you want to practice. So lawyers will still have, if you want to be a solicitor in the UK, you will still have to write the solicitor's qualifying exams, which is called the SQE. You still have to register to join the Solicitors Regulatory Council. It is that exams, when you pass the exams and register with Solicitors Regulatory Council, that is the only way you can begin to be recognized as a solicitor in UK. If you want to be a barrister in UK, whether you have your qualification in Nigeria or you have a master's degree in UK, it doesn't matter. You have to take the bar exams in the UK bar exams. When you're done taking the bar exams, you now have to register with any of the Inns of Court in the UK to become or to begin to practice as a barrister in the UK. In essence, you want to practice law in the UK and you come to the UK and you spend money to study a master's degree. And then when you're done with studies, you start looking for a job as a lawyer. You're not a lawyer in the UK. Same thing with a doctor. You're a qualified doctor in Nigeria and you want to come to the UK to practice medicine or to become a general practitioner. And you go and do a master's degree. When you're done with your master's degree, they may not still hire you as a general practitioner. You have to write an exam that is called PLAP. I really don't know the full meaning of that exam, but I know there is PLAP 1 and there is PLAP 2. And you have to pass these 2 exams and then apply to get a job and be recognized as a doctor in the UK. So that's one reason you should not do a master's degree. If your immediate career plan or immediate career goal is to become a professional in that field in UK, then a master's degree is not the right career step for you to take. Go and write your professional exams. However, if your aim is to seek further knowledge, further expertise in a particular field, please by all means go and do your master's degree. Master's degree will give you the knowledge you need, the understanding you need to be a specialist in that particular field. So that's number one reason. I hope that you understand. If you're an engineer, you have to still register to become an engineer here. In fact, a friend of mine that is a dietitian and nutritionist in Nigeria who came to the UK to do a master's degree still needed to register with the council, with the professional body, and get her Nigerian degree assessed before she can work. Now, a lot of her friends who did not come to the UK to do masters got the same job she got from Nigeria. So all they needed to do was apply for that certification, for that qualification from Nigeria, and they got that same job. So, she came to do master's degree. She already did master's degree for 18 months, and then she now applied for this job, and then she got the job, and still she couldn't start that job until she got that qualification. I hope that you people understand what I'm trying to say right now, so that it will not be like I'm discouraging you from doing a master's degree. A word is enough for the wise. Another reason I believe you should not do a master's degree is that a master's degree is not a specific or is not a certain path or a definite path for settlement in the UK. A lot of people are coming to the UK to study master's degree because after studies they are going to get a graduate visa and they will use that to settle in the UK. My people, let me break it down for you. Yes, you are correct that when you come to the UK to do a master's degree as an international student, you will get a graduate visa, which is you can also call post-study visa, to be able to find job in the UK. What you should understand is that post-study visa is not renewable. So it is for 2 years for master's graduate, 3 years for PhD graduates. It's not a visa that you can renew after it is expired. It is until you are able to switch from your graduate visa to a skilled worker visa. That is when you can begin your path to settlement in the UK. Please note that when I say skilled worker visa in this second point, I meant to say a permanent work visa. So any permanent work visa at all. Pardon my error. I'm still going to explain. What do I mean? Now, when you get your study visa to come to the UK to study, depending on how many years your studies is, it could be 1 year, it could be 2 years, you will get that visa. You come to the UK, you start your studies. When you're done with your studies, you now switch to graduate visa. You have either 2 years or 3 years on your graduate visa. At the end of the 2 years for your graduate visa, if your program was 2 years, if your studies was 2 years, and you now get 2 years graduate visa, that means you've spent 4 years in the UK. But you've not even started your path to settlement. Do you know why? Because it is only when you hold a skilled worker visa that you can begin the path to settlement, or it will start counting for you. The UK has 5 years to permanent residency for foreigners, right? So if it means that if you're in the UK for 5 years, then you'll be able to apply for indefinite leave to remain, which will give you the authority to live and work in the UK for as long as possible. However, that 5 years will only start counting when you hold a skilled worker visa. Okay, so when I say skilled worker visa, I shouldn't be restricted to skilled worker visa. There are other types of visas. There are other types of work visas that qualify people to permanently reside, okay? Like innovator visa, other work visas. If you go to the UK VI website, you're going to see temporary visa, permanent visa. Now, when you see temporary visa, you see that visas like student visa, graduate visa are under temporary visas. What that means is that with that kind of visa, you cannot permanently settle in the UK. You have to switch from either of any of the temporary visas you have to a permanent visa. If you go to the UK VI website, you're going to see the permanent visas available. I have made a video on this channel about all the different kinds of work visas in the UK, both the permanent and temporary, that are available. So I'm going to link that video in the description box, so when you're done watching this video, you can watch that video so that you really understand what I mean. So now, let's say you study 1 year, you get a graduate visa, and you use your graduate visa for 2 years. At the end of your graduate visa, you've stayed 3 years in the UK. You still need additional 5 years to qualify to settle in the UK. So you still need to switch your graduate visa to a skilled worker visa, and the moment you receive a skilled worker visa, from that day you can now start counting your 5 years towards your settlement qualification. So at the end of the day, if you're saying that, oh, I want to do a master's degree in the UK because I want to permanently reside in the UK, or I want to, it's a pathway for settlement, prepare for 8 years. The only thing that would make it easier for you is if immediately you finish your studies, you switch to a skilled worker visa instead of a graduate visa, then you know that you just have additional 5 years, or in total 6 years if your course was 1 year. There are a lot of people who have gotten jobs directly from their countries, and they just enter the UK with a skilled worker visa, and their 5 years automatically starts counting. Those people who come in with a skilled worker visa directly knows that at the end of 5 years, I am qualified to settle permanently in the UK. So I just want you to be aware that a master's degree is not a settlement route. Now, what you should understand is that if your graduate visa expires and you are not able to get a skilled worker visa, you cannot extend your graduate visa. You have to exit the UK. I don't wish this on anybody, but you should be aware that when your student visa expires and then you get a graduate visa, and in that 2 years you're not able to switch from your graduate visa to a skilled worker visa before the expiration of your graduate visa, you have to exit the UK. So at the end of the day, you can't even settle because you've not switched. The cocoa, or the most important aspect of this discussion, is that a skilled worker visa is the most valuable visa you can have. If you have any questions about the points I have just made, of course, drop it in the comment section. I would always be here to answer you. If I cannot answer you, I'll find somebody that can answer, or we shall go to UKVI website and we will find the answer. Let me tell you that having a master's degree in UK is not a guarantee that you would earn more salary, or you would have increase in pay, or your earning capacity will increase. Do you know why? Let me explain, okay? Jobs in UK depends on grade, okay? And the grade determines how much you earn, and then also the industry. So every industry have their pay rates. You can go to the UKVI website to check out the going rate for different professions, okay? Now, when you get a job, you're going to be started on different grades. Usually when you see job vacancies, you will see either maybe the job is a grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, or grade 7 job, or grade 8, grade 9, depending on who they are looking for. And then most jobs between grade 4 and grade 5 would not even need degrees. They would say, oh, those that have maybe first school living certificates, you can do that job. And most of those jobs are even professional jobs, admin jobs, and all of that, office jobs. Now, when you see a job that is maybe grade 6, grade 7, that's when they start looking for a graduate, you get. And when they start looking for a graduate, they'll usually say undergraduate degree is okay. They'll say minimum of undergraduate degree. Minimum of undergraduate degree and all. So it means whether you have a master's degree or not, as long as you have an undergraduate degree, that's what is needed. The minimum requirement is undergraduate degree. So in essence, you may apply for that job, you have a master's degree, another person that has an undergraduate degree applies, and that person gets the job, but you don't get it simply because you have a master's degree. No, if the job does not say minimum of master's degree, then you don't need a master's degree to do that job, right? Exactly. You guys are getting my point now, right? Now, the fact that you have come to spend, you've done a master's degree in the UK does not mean that when they advertise a job and say minimum of undergraduate degree and you apply, that they're automatically going to pay you higher because you have a master's degree. No. Usually when they advertise jobs, they may say something like the pay grade is between so and so and so based on experience. So what do they mean? For instance, somebody who has an undergraduate, let's say 2 people that has an undergraduate degree. However, first person has 2 years experience in the field and the second person has 5 years experience in the field. There are higher chances that if they want to pick the person with 5 years experience, they will pay that person higher than what they would have paid the person with 2 years experience. It is not a guarantee that simply because you have a master's degree, you're going to earn higher for that role if you are being hired. What you should know is that I'm talking about roles which minimum educational qualification is undergraduate degree. However, if a minimum qualification is now master's degree, then you know that you're good to go, or your master's degree is going to qualify you to apply and get this job. when I even say that it is not a guarantee for increased pay rate, this does not even only apply in the UK. I'll use myself as an instance. I came to the UK, did a master's degree. I came back to Nigeria. I went back to my job. I was working before I went for master's degree, so I took study leave. I went back to my job. Coming back with a UK degree, thinking that, man, this is a no mean feat. I did not just go to a random degree. I went to a research group university. I did not just graduate with a random grade. I got a merit. That's like 2-1, and I got some distinctions as well. So I was finding myself that, I have a better qualification now. I went back to my office. You know what happened? By the time I spoke to my HR told me that I am not the first person who has done a master's degree, and that they will not treat me any different. So the people in the office that had master's degree in Nigeria, they didn't treat me any different because my master's degree was from abroad. We were all at the same level. So don't think that because you have come to UK to pay like £10,000, £20,000 to do master's degree, that when you go back to Nigeria. Okay, so I'm not going to generalize here. I know that it may depend on the organization, but I'm sharing this particular one from my experience. What am I saying? I'm saying that the fact that I got a master's degree in a prestigious university in UK did not change my employer's mind of increasing my earning capacity. My earning capacity was still pegged with the earning capacity of other people who had master's degree from anywhere at all, whether it was from Nigeria, from any other country. We were placed at the same level, which I felt like, no, it's not supposed to be so. Anyways, long and short of the story is that I left because, yes, you cannot victimize me. I left. I know my worth. I know my worth and I left. You cannot beat me. I left to go and increase my earning capacity. In essence, what I'm trying to say is a master's degree is good for you to get more knowledge. And yes, if you can use it as a bargain for your earning capacity, is very good. I have used it. In fact, ever since I got my master's degree, I have always used my master's degree as a bargaining or negotiating leverage, while negotiating pay, right? But I'm saying that it's not a guarantee. You literally need to convince the employers to see that, oh, you should pay me higher. And usually it shouldn't even be because, oh, I have a master's degree. It should be because you have a better skill, you have better qualifications, you have better experience. So what you should do is, when you're presenting the fact that you have a master's degree as a qualification which you earn you higher pay, do not just say, oh, I have a master's degree. Translate it into the skills that you have acquired in the course of doing the course, in the course of doing the program. Okay, for instance, if you're going back to your country and during the course of your master's degree, you did a lot of research, you did internships, you did jobs, you worked in different industries. That means you were able to gather more experience. So you came back not just with a certificate, but you came back with more skills, more experience, more industry experience and all of that. I hope you understand what I mean. Let me not dwell on this point before I go back to why. You guys don't even want to know how much the increase in salary was when I came back. Hey, I don't want to mention because to be a shame, but I left. Another reason why I think that you shouldn't do a master's degree in the UK is that it is too expensive. I did a video showing the cheapest universities in the UK and their payment plan, and literally the cheapest was from £11,000. If you want to convert £11,000 to your currency in your country, let's not even talk about Naira. £1 official rate is like maybe 500, 600, and black market rate is like 900 and something. So by the time you convert your Naira to £11,000, £12,000, it is a whole lot of money. A random person cannot do that, cannot even afford that. £11,000, £12,000 is like the least you can get for your tuition, right? That is outside your living expenses, that's outside accommodation. So it is very expensive. But if you get a scholarship, good for you. Somebody like me, I studied with a scholarship, so I did not feel the financial pressure. I didn't feel that financial pressure. So I was able to focus on my studies, study well, enjoy the experience. But I've seen a lot of people who go through a whole lot simply because they borrowed money to go and study abroad. They are not able to get jobs to pay off the money. They are now running helter-skelter looking for money. Or some people would have, make part payments and then go to school, go to the UK and look for jobs and be working all sorts of jobs just so that they can pay. At the end of the day, you don't even have the time to study. Again, this is a bad dream. That is a very bad dream. Don't do it. If you can avoid it, avoid it. I beg you in God's name. If you can avoid it. It is expensive. If you can get a scholarship, good for you. I have done a lot of videos on this channel sharing several types of scholarships. So find a way to apply for scholarships, and then you can easily go and do your program without that financial stress. But if you're a family person, you have a lot of financial responsibility and you don't have a lot of savings out there, it is extremely expensive, just so you know. So you may want to consider other climes, other countries that have cheaper tuition, maybe EU areas, the Schengen area, other countries that maybe tuition. Even Canada has cheaper tuition fees than UK. Now, there are more points that I can share on this video, but I'm going to end on this last note simply because I don't want this video to be too long. If you are not a self-starter, then you shouldn't even bother going to do a master's degree in the UK. A master's degree in the UK is very self-paced, it is hectic, but you have to do majority of the work. So 80% of your program, 80% of your studies, 80% of your research, you're going to be the one to do it. So if you always wait for people to push you, you always wait for your teachers to come looking for you, or for your professors to start looking for assignment, submission deadline, chase you around, it's not going to happen here. If they have submission deadline and you don't submit, nobody's going to email you. If they have classes and you don't go, nobody's going to email you. If you're supposed to read up and you don't read, it's not their business. Because it's a master's degree, it is a postgraduate program. They believe that you had the passion and you loved the course. That's why you came. You want to do more research, you want to study more. That's why you came to school. So nobody's going to push you. They believe that you have the enough motivation to go through all the requirements of the course. There's so much information to read. So if you know that you don't like research, you don't like writing, you don't like motivating yourself to work, or you're always waiting for people to push you, your mind is not study, is money, is business, is work, don't do a master's degree. Don't come to the UK to do a master's degree, so that you will not even be frustrated. There are a lot of people that come and they're so frustrated because they're like, the master's degree shouldn't be that stressful. But because it's 1 year, some master's degree is 1 year, it is stressful. That is it. I am not discouraging you. So if at the end of watching this video, you've gone through all the things I have shared and you still feel like I need a master's degree, then please, you are on the right track, okay? You can come and do a master's degree because you want to acquire more knowledge. You want to get experience in the UK education sector. You want to be exposed to a better education structure. You want to have a foreign experience. You want to get more knowledge so that you can get jobs in key industries. You are good to go. But if any of the reason falls under the examples I have shared, it is better for you to either get a professional certification, sit and write for the exams to qualify, or just start looking for a job. Okay, I hope this video has been very helpful. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know if you resonate with any of these points or if you differ with any of these points. Interacting in the comment section will help other people to learn and get to also share their experience. Okay, and thank you so much for watching. I have linked every other relevant video that I have mentioned in the description box, so do well to watch. If you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do well to subscribe. Now, if you have made up your mind that, okay, truly looking back, checking my career plans, a master's degree is not the right way to go, then I have different videos that I have made on how to get jobs in the UK from your country. I'm going to link those videos at the end screen so that you can watch after this video. Please do well to watch those videos after this video. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.